Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to C.A.R. Entertainment. I am Dylan Hamilton and welcome back to the Fox Lodge cricket videos, guys. Last week it should have started whenever we were meant to play Newbuildings in the league in our first away game, as Fox Lodge got relegated last year to the championship. But now we have a Sammy Jeffrey game against that Newbuildings side, but it's at Fox Lodge here in Balmagorry. As we see, Fox Lodge have won the toss and are going to bat first, with Barry Scott and Craig Alexander opening the batting for Fox Lodge. Some of the stats on screen there. Now you'll see NA not applicable because we don't have the data for them. And it's going to be Trent McKeegan to open the bowling for Newbuildings. As the very first ball there goes straight through, but off the new overseas professional for Newbuildings, Darnell McCallum, and that just bounces off his pad and trickles away to the boundary rope for 4. Apologies for the poor camera work. So Barry Scott on strike here as Trent runs into him. Fox Lodge 4 without loss here at this moment. And Barry chops on in the fifth ball. Fifth ball off the game, and Barry Scott is chopped on, and he has to depart for a duck because obviously the 4 runs Fox Lodge got were byes. And Fox Lodge's first wicket falls for 4 for 1. Trent McKeegan with the wicket bowling Barry Scott out. So a poor start for Barry, who last year in the very first game of the season scored his maiden century against Strabane in a season that saw Fox Lodge relegated to the championship. But as we see, this is not a championship game, it's a Sammy Jeffrey first round, in which the final will be held at Fox Lodge this year. Aidan Logue, the batsman at number 3, a young gun who's played 8 matches and 8 innings and scoring 60 runs at an average of 8.6 for the Foxies. It's been his boyhood club. He still is a little bit of a boy at the moment. Hopefully he can begin his career and pounce on it as we move over to the 6th over, and that one's just down the leg side, and that's actually going to be the first runs off the bat in this innings, ladies and gentlemen, as Aidan just works that one down leg side, and he's going to scamper for 2, moving Fox Lodge up to 8 for 1 after 5.2 overs. Todd Killen, the bowler, who's going to open the bowling from this other end, from the road end here in Balmagorry. So yeah, hopefully Aidan can continue form and sort of building his form, because last year in the Premiership he struggled a wee bit, as you see from his average, but there's a possibility that he's going to be able to do a lot better this free out. And that's a wonderful shot by Aidan through the cover. He's very, very strong for the offside, as we see, getting 4 runs for that. A very good shot indeed. But yeah, he's a fantastic little talent through the offside. He's got one of the best cut shots in the team, and his cover drive is very strong too. And he doesn't mind using that leg side too if the ball sits there for it. But 10 overs gone here. Fox Lodge 18 for 2 and a bowling change with A. Mitchell coming on here, as Craig Alexander just chips that one straight up the point. And that's an easy catch. And there's the second wicket down for Fox Lodge. Now 18 for 2. Craig Alexander departs for 2. As the bowling of A. Mitchell and a catch by Todd Killen, who, if you remember, opened the bowling from the road end. And yeah, Craig has to depart for 2. So the 2 openers combined for 2 runs. And after 10.3 overs, guys, Fox Lodge are 18 for 2. So a very, very negative start from Fox Lodge. These first 3 batsmen, we have very poor strike rate, as we see the introduction of the brand new overseas professional Fox Lodge have brought in. Sibo to qualify to play the standard of cricket, so we had to bring in Cooney Nell, who's a very, very promising young talent. Another South African. There's last 2 professionals were South African for Fox Lodge, so this is the 3rd one in a row. Of course, we don't have stats for Cooney because he hasn't played a game for Fox Lodge yet, at least competitively. But he's going to come in and hopefully do a job for Fox Lodge this year. He's got boots to fill in terms of Sibo, and hopefully he'll be good in this format. And we see this first ball from Todd Killen comes in, and that's smacked straight back down the ground from Cooney for 4 runs. He's a batsman that likes to be aggressive, likes to be positive, and that's exactly what Fox Lodge need in this time, as they're 26 for 2 after 13.3 overs. Because when you look at that there, you're saying that's a definite lack in positivity. Batsmen sort of coming in there with a negative mindset, trying to hold their wicket instead of essentially trying to score runs, and hopefully Cooney can come and do that there. He smashed that one straight to backward point, but it's been put down by Kane Wallace there at backward square leg, I should say, instead of backward point. But yes, that could be a very costly drop. An overseas professional, you don't want to drop them. That could be very, very costly. And Cooney will have to push on now and get a big score for Fox Lodge in the Sammy Jeffrey first round. We know he's a lot like what Marco Murray was, and look what Marco's doing now. You can go Google him. He's had absolutely wonderful form there as Aidan just moves that way down leg side for 4 runs. Marco now one of the best batsmen in his Warriors franchise side, and was a very good option for the Nelson Mandela Bay Giants in the Nzambi Super League. Cooney sort of similar batting style from what we know of so far, in terms of he likes to be aggressive and he likes to go over the top a little bit. But we'll continue to figure out what his exact style of play will be through the season. Of course, this is only the first competitive game. As this one comes in, Cooney smashes that one through backward point in the Gully, just wide of Gully region as well if they had one in, and that's going to go to the rope for 4, and this moves Fox Lodge into 35 for 2 after 14.4 overs. So a more positive start moving on here. Cooney starting to increase this run rate a little bit, which is exactly what Fox Lodge need at the moment, as they will be looking to try and progress the final of the Sammy Jeffrey to get a home final, of course, as we know, as A. Mitchell now goes to run in. That one comes in. Oh, Cooney's went for a big hit, and I tell you what, they've appealed and he's gone. He actually walked back to the pavilion, and that's very disappointing on debut. He's actually he has to depart for 9 runs. Then Cooney now bowler A. Mitchell gets him LBW, and Fox Lodge are 43 for 3 now at this stage in the game after 16.3 overs. So a very, very poor start. Cooney will not be happy with his dismissal. If you look back at that there's maybe an argument of height and a possibility of down leg as well, but if I had to make a decision, I think the umpires probably got that one right. And Cooney will be disappointed with that, as we see the new batsman Jason Mulligan last year batted in 16 innings and scored 364 runs at an average of 24.3, and of course his best coming against Donovan at home in the league with 118 not out, an absolute fantastic innings, which I think was voted the best century in Fox Lodge last year. And the very first ball JC will face goes to the rope for 4, just down legs, a little bit of a loosener there to the new man by A. Mitchell, who's got 2 wickets. But as we see, Fox Lodge 47 for 3 with the 2 openers combining for 2, and Cooney out for 9 on his home debut in the competitive game. So he won't be happy with that, but he'll be looking to come out next week and do a lot better. And oh my goodness, the bowling change. Jordan McCorkle comes on and he gets Aiden. 17.4 overs gone. Fox Lodge are now 48 for 4 as Aiden Logue has to depart for 15. Clean bowled by Jordan McCorkle. And this is an absolutely wonder start here for Newbuildings Cricket Club. They have had an absolute joyous start here as the former captain, the captaincy is now switched from Brian. He's handed it down to Aaron Haywood, a younger skipper, as Brian comes in. Fox Lodge's best batsman other than Sebo last year. He scored 594 runs at an average of 39.6. His best coming with 80. Brian scored 650, so a lot of 50s, and then he obviously had 0 hundreds. But a lot of his 50s were not out. And his first ball that he faces is actually going to go to the rope as well for 4 runs. So both JC and Brian, the first balls they've faced, have went for 4. And that means Fox Lodge passed the 50 mark after 17.5 overs. And there's no other way of describing that. But when you're 52 for 4 after 17.5, you really have to look at your batting lineup and think, what the hell's going on there, guys? For 1, you're losing too many wickets, and 2, you're nowhere near scoring at the rate. And I tell you what, he's bowled them again. That is unbelievable. They have now got Fox Lodge at 52 for 5. Brian Allen got to go for 4. Jordan McCorkle with another wicket clean bowled. And this is dreamland for Newbuildings at the moment in time. Fox Lodge are calamitous with just a very poor bit of batting right now, being far too negative in the batting, trying to hold wickets. Brian's dismissal wasn't that bad. He was trying to score runs, but that's due to pressure from the opening batsman not putting on such a low run rate that now new batsmen coming in have to try and up that run rate, and they're essentially giving their wickets away by doing so. But it's a negative, and it's very, very poor. And as we see, Aaron Haywood, the skipper, comes in. We skip a couple of overs later, and he has to depart for 2. And that now means Fox Lodge are 58 for 6. This may be the worst game Fox Lodge have had batting wise since Brady last year away, and that was a game where Fox Lodge were bowled out for 69. So in a year where they got relegated last year, it looks like Fox Lodge have actually continued that form over into this season, because this is nothing short of dreadful in terms of the batting department. Because last year Fox Lodge were essentially relied on Sebo, who was by over 100 runs the top run scorer in the entire league, and Fox Lodge still managed to get relegated. So this year a lot of pressure has to go on to the batting lineup of Fox Lodge, as we see Jason Mulligan had a 4 there. A lot of pressure is put onto this batting lineup of Fox Lodge to actually deliver, because they can't keep relying on an overseas professional. They're going to have to go out there, the Fox Lodge batsmen, and start to be more positive and believe in themselves, because there's a lot of talented batsmen out there that Fox Lodge have. As JC chips that one straight to mid off, but he's put him down, and JC's got away with a chance. He was dropping the Donovan game, and against Brigade last year. In Brigade he went down to make 93, and obviously against Donovan 118 not out. So hopefully JC can go on and do something similar as that was Jason Dunn, the new bowler. As Fox Lodge are now 71 for 6, 72 for 6 here. As we move on, a couple of ball there, it's Jason Bowen in the alley, who goes for a sweep shot. That looks pretty damn plumb to me, and the alley has to go for a duck. He's been bowled by Jason Dunn, LBW. Fox Lodge 72 for 7. So yeah, continuing what I've been saying, just an absolute calamitous batting performance from Fox Lodge. Just a lack of positivity and no belief in themselves as actual batsmen, looking to be what the problem is at the moment. Fox Lodge will definitely look to amend that. Just a case of getting them in the net and getting a bit of confidence, actually backing yourself and believe. You're going to go out with the mindset, I'm going to score 50 today, or I'm going to go out and score a ton, I'm going to get big runs. You go out with that mindset, you'll focus more and you'll play better cricket, and that's essentially what Fox Lodge just need to do at the moment. Bowling wise, their bowling should be fine, although they need to be better at taking wickets. Last year, they didn't have a single bowler in the top 20 wicket takers in the league, and that's, I'll tell you what, I'll go away from my tangent here and talk. What a shot that is with Jamie McIntyre. Probably the shot of the day so far. Wonderful cover drive. Absolutely spectacular. Beautiful, beautiful shot there from Jamie Mack. And that was Fox Lodge 76 for 7. Peter Allen now coming in the bowl. He's going to be bowling to Jason Milligan. He bowls one that's a big, massive full toss. Jason's going to say thank you very much, and that one goes all the way for 6. Big shot from Jason Milligan. Looks like he's trying to go on from whenever he was put down and try and get that big score like he usually does whenever he gets put down. JC so far the only real batsman who's came out and play with positive intent and actually do that and actually score runs. Brian came and tried to score with positive intent as well, which was good. As we see, no way, you're joking. That's another wicket down for Fox Lodge. 87 for 8. That is an absolute calamitous. Jamie McIntyre goes for 6. Peter on the bowler, catch by the overseas professional for Newbuildings, Darnell McCallum, with West Indian overseas, and that's 30 overs gone for Fox Lodge. But yeah, JC so far looking the only person to actually be positive and actually succeed in doing so. BA looking to come out and play positively, but felt quite cheaply in the way he was. Every other batsman sort of came out and wasn't great with their mindset. Maybe Cooney did try and come out there and play with positive mindset as well. Quite unfortunate the way he got out. Probably just an incorrect shot choice, which he'd probably agree with me in that. As Jason Duncan's in debut for this year. JC chips that one straight to cover, and the man who was resilient and who put so much fight up for Fox Lodge, who scored 31 of their 87 runs, has to walk back to the pavilion as Fox Lodge are 87 for 9. Jason Dunn gets his second wicket off the day. Jordan McCorkle off a catch. And it's difficult to find words to describe this band performance by Fox Lodge. We know they're a good side at defending totals, but you can't help but think, why on earth would they have batted first in the day like this today? A very cold day, a lot of wind, a lot of overcast conditions with the cloud. The ball's going to swing a lot, which it was doing for Newbuildings bowlers. So you're going to question the decision on why Fox Lodge would bat first. They do have a little bit of an obsession with batting first. We've seen that a lot last year. Fox Lodge's best wins actually coming whenever they were chasing totals against Korean, for an example. And we see a big shot from Adam Walker there, the number 11. He likes a big hit, Adam, and that moves Fox Lodge 96 for 9. So at least these two, Lee Finlay and Adam Walker, are putting on a little bit of a partnership. Trent McKeegan comes in here to both trying to clear up the tail as Adam Walker bashes him all the way to the rope for another 6. So Fox Lodge now moving on to 111 for 9. A very good shot by Adam Walker. He's putting up a bit of resilience just by going out with a positive mindset and trying to score runs. Both of these people are, in Kupi and Adam, they're both just saying, you know what, boys, it's the last wicket, we're just going to try and pile on runs. And that's exactly what they're trying to do at the moment. And that's an absolute peach of a slower ball by Trent McKeegan. Walker hasn't picked it at all, and he gets clean bowled. Trent McKeegan gets his 3rd wicket off the day, and Fox Lodge are all out for 111, I mean. Adam Walker 14, and I think Lee Finlay ends up with 7 not out. We'll definitely see here from the final overview. So yeah, 20 extras Newbuildings bowled and 35 overs Fox Lodge executive bowled out for. Lee Finlay 7 not out. Pick your batsman there, Jason Milligan for 31. Fox Lodge's full total 111. It's very, very poor band performance. One of the worst Fox Lodge have had. Probably the only 2 eclipsing being worse was Brady away last year and Eglinton at home last year. Probably the only 2 worst batting performances Fox Lodge have had in well over 2 years probably. Through the start of this season, all of last season, and off the season before that as well. So Fox Lodge will definitely look to improve upon that in upcoming batting performances. As Alistair Duffy is going to open the ball for Fox Lodge, who last year bowled 1 maiden, had 0 wickets. He went for an average of 32.5. His economy was 5.9 and his best is 0 for 17. So the fast medium bowler will look to hopefully get his account underway. He had a very promising pre-season playing with the Warriors and playing with the County Tyrone Warriors sort of side, and he had a very promising beginning and as well He's playing with the Chairman Select as well, upcoming against the Warriors Select. And that's a very good ball to start with to Leroy McKeegan, who's on strike here. He opens the ball and getting a wee bit of gas, Alistair. He's one of the faster bowlers Fox Lodge have in terms of he can have consistent line and length as well, but he just does have the odd listener which can be put away at the boundary. But he has got a lot of variation in his bowling as well, which Fox Lodge will hopefully look to take advantage of through his bowling. As we see Adam Walker now from the other end. Last season he was pick of Fox Lodge's bowlers as he had 5 maiden 17 wickets, went for an average of 31. His economy the worst right enough in terms of the consistent bowlers of 6.3, but whenever he comes across as just a straight out wicket taker, you can forgive him for that there, because 6.3 is actually not that bad of an economy whenever you look at it in retrospect. And then you also have his best figures coming at 4 for 31. So Darnell McCallum, who is Newbuildings' big hope of this year, because they don't have a lot of batting other than Darnell McCallum. He's an absolutely fantastic overseas professional, got a great track record, and he shows it right there as Walker bumps him first ball and he just smashes him to the rope. I think, Adam, that's a poor decision to bump a professional, mate. Most professionals don't miss out in short balls. So Newbuildings move for 4 without loss after 1.1 overs. Darnell McCallum, has a lot of weight on his shoulders to get a big score from Newbuildings, because even though the total is very low at 111, he's going to have to get runs. If he doesn't get any more than 10 or 15, Newbuildings going to be in a big spot of trouble, because historically they are known for not having a lot of batting in their lineup. They have quite a long tail, but that's what it was last season, years prior. A different squad this year, so we don't know what's going to happen. And here we go, Adam again. Sort of a little bit of a short and a little bit of width, and that sort of elevated, I don't want to say it's a cut shot, but more like sort of a flowing cover drive that glanced away and moved over point, goes away for 4. And that means Newbuildings go for 8 without loss here, as Darnell McCallum moves on to 8, getting all their runs so far. Walker trying to put a wee bit of sledging in there, low wee bit of sledging. And here, it's a great delivery, and he's actually been dropped because he has edged that. Well, I want to say he's dropped it, actually didn't carry, but I tell you what, that's unfortunate, because if Darnell was out there, you're chatting, that's a huge wicket. They were 8 without loss at that point. If you get Darnell out there, this game's turned upside down, like Will Smith says, and this game could have been anywhere, and Ali goes straight through there. A little bit of an inside edge, and that one comes with a Chinese cut, and that goes for 4 runs. Leroy McKeegan getting off the mark with his first boundary off the game, but a very lucky one indeed. Alistair's pace not doing him a lot of good there as it goes to the boundary rope. So good stuff from Newbuildings. 16 without loss after 2.2 overs. Took Fox Lodge nearly 10 overs to even get near 16 runs, but it's definitely something Fox Lodge can look at in terms of the pace Newbuildings are trying to bat at. As Alistair runs in again, a great action he has, although that one is dispatched brilliantly. Not really bowling to his field there, the young gun. They're just working on middle and leg stump, and it's away it goes for a lovely bit of batting for 4 runs. It's a great shot that. Maybe just a wee bit more width he needed to bowl there, Alistair, to the batsman. Had enough stump, so it's hard for that batsman to work on the leg side, especially when there's only 2 fielders there. You don't really have that much of a chance of it not going to the boundary rope whenever you've got 2 fielders on that side. So Newbuildings here, we see Adam Walker running our 21 for 0. Walker bumps Leroy McKeegan. He goes to pull it, but it looks like he's backed away from it. Skies it straight up. Adam Walker takes a safe catch. A great call from him. And he's giving the pro even a sledging there, showing him the ear, like, what you saying, mate? Adam's saying, you're the only guy who can win them this game. And he has a point whenever you look at Newbuildings' previous batting lineups. But in saying that, Newbuildings' different squad this year, as Leroy McKeegan has to leave for 8, cotton ball by Adam Walker. You have to give Newbuildings all the credit in terms of Fox Lodge's batting innings. They bowled absolutely superbly. Fox Lodge didn't do them any favours with per mindset in their batting. But like I said, in previous years, Newbuildings haven't had the strongest batting lineups. But this is a different year. A new overseas professional who's got an unbelievable track record in this division, and he could be very well. Oh my God, he's edged that one as well. Adam Walker finding the edge for the 2nd time. Alistair, and he's just unfortunate. I think that's took a wee bit of a bobble. Should do better in terms of that, in terms of out there fielding wise, but the bobble doesn't help at all. Another edge and another not carry as well. Just imagine if these are carrying this game, it would be a lot closer than what it is at the moment. Adam with 1 wicket in the game already. He'll be looking to get the overseas professional and Darnell out, who's the key to Newbuildings at the moment. a lot of batting to come from Newbuildings, though, in terms of they have a lot of young guns. They do have Jason Dunn, Peter Rowell, and Cian Walsh, who's in at the moment, who hits this shot, and that's going to go to the boundary rope as well. Bit of a hag shot that there, a bit of a trail, but he does the job, and it goes for 4 runs. Doesn't matter how you score them, as long as you do get them over the rope. Alistair Hayden was jumper there, coming on now for his next over, as we see Fox Lodge Newbuildings 35 for 1 after 6 overs. That's not a bad run rate, nearly 6 in an over at this point. As Darnell is going to watch Alistair Steeman here now, and that one's just going to be smacked right back over his head for 4, right in the slot. Not a good line, and not a good lefty ball there, Alistair, to an overseas professional. That one's banged away straight over the top for 4 runs, and that continues Newbuildings' great bit of batting in terms of run rate here as they move on to 39 for 1 after 6.1 overs, and they are in major control of this game so far as Alistair comes in, and the second ball off the over gets the exact same treatment. Sorry, the 4th ball of the over gets the exact same treatment as the first ball, and it goes for 4 runs. Ian probably could have done a lot better fielding there as well, but hey, that's just what happens as Newbuildings now 43 for 1. After 6.4 overs, Alistair still searching for that first wicket. He wasn't maiden first up, although this over will hurt him a wee bit. Jason Milligan coming on now as bowling change, replacing Alistair. Last year he bowled 2 maidens. He got 12 wickets at an average of 24. His economy is very, very good at 4.5, and his best 3 for 20. JC's going to come in there. That one's absolutely smashed right over. Aiden with a jumping effort, never going to reach it, and that's going to be 4 to Darnell McCallum. So that moves Newbuildings on the 49 for 1 after 8.2 overs, and Darnell's really starting to accelerate now. He's doing really, really well. 33 he's on at this moment in time. He's going to try and push on and get that 50. He's probably already done his damage for Newbuildings really with this 33. Fox had needed him out earlier as JC bowls that one. And tell you what, Darnell goes to cut that one, and he's nicked off. He's tried to play the cut shot multiple times through this innings and hasn't been successful. And this time he has to go for 33. Bowler Jason Milligan, catch Barry Scott, the keeper, and Newbuildings are now 49 for 2. Is it too little, too late though? They might have needed Darnell out quite a while ago, whenever he probably was before 15. It was his 33 enough to push Newbuildings on, and because he's put them in the driving seat. Even with that wicket, you would still favour Newbuildings massively at this point. Fox can get Newbuildings 5 down before they get 80 runs, then you know anything could happen. But Darnell has to depart. It is a huge blow for Newbuildings, and it does create a little bit of pressure, and Fox Lodge will have their hopes high up at this moment in time. You see Aaron Haywood, the captain, now going to bring himself on for the 10th over. Newbuildings 50 for 2. Aaron last year bowled 10 maidens for 16 wickets at an average of 30. His economy was 5.4, and he had a best of 2 for 30. So we're going to see how he gets up to. Mark Hanna is actually the new batsman in for Newbuildings. A man who, from what we know of, is a little bit of a man who likes to be quite aggressive, so Newbuildings will be happy he's in replacing another aggressive batsman in their overseas professional. It's a wonderful shot that, by Mark Hanna. It goes to the boundary rope for 4 runs. And that moves Newbuildings on to 54 for 2 after 9.1 overs. Or hey, well, that's not how you would have wanted to have started Aaron. Typically last year, I would have said was a culprit of trying too hard and trying to bowl too hard to get wickets instead of just getting into a rhythm. But hopefully this year he'll be able to do a lot better than that there. We see a couple of overs later in the 12th over, Aaron gets absolutely slaughtered for a 6 straight back over his head onto the road, and that moves Newbuildings on the 64 for 2. But yeah, bowling in terms of spin bowling as well, a lot of it's just about getting into a rhythm. If you try and overspin the ball, if you try and try too hard, you're often just going to have a very poor time of it. So spin bowling is really about getting into a rhythm. It is about that in terms of all bowling really, but in the case of just that's a great shot. That's a great shot. But in terms of pace bowling, it's less about getting in a rhythm because you're going to vary a lot more as a pace bowler because there's a lot more variations you have at your disposal. As JC there gets this back for 4, but there's actually nothing really wrong with that ball. It's just a fantastic shot, free cover point. So Foyler's overseas professional now. Cooney Nell coming on the ball. I believe it's off breaky balls. I could be incorrect with that though. Obviously, we don't have the stat from it. This is his first competitive game bowling for Fox Lodge. As he bowls that one and he gets a huge appeal here in the second ball, and he has to go. He gets a wicket. I believe it's Cian Wallace. Is it? No, it's Mark Hanna who has to depart. So Newbuildings now 72 for 3 after 14.2 overs. Cooney Nell gets his first wicket for Fox Lodge in competitive cricket. he'll be delighted with that there. Hard to say if it was right LBW from this angle, of course, but nevertheless, Fox Lodge will take that wicket. 72 for free. Like I said, they'd probably be looking to get them 5 down by the 80 mark if they really want. They still have the chance here. Fox Lodge are giving themselves quite a big amount of hope. But we're going to see Jason Dunn come in here now for Newbuildings. He's a man who's known to try and to be aggressive as well, especially having played against him in underage cricket about a couple of years ago. But he can also be a man who can take his time and do his job, as that one's carved through. And I tell you what, oh, is it going to be overthrows? Yes, it is. And lack of discipline there from Lee Finlay in terms of throwing the ball, and maybe a poor bit of keeping my Barry Scotty not stop the ball, and no backing up as well. Just not very good in the field, Fox Lodge today, and that moves Newbuildings on the 89 for free. And with Newbuildings only needing 23 runs now to win this game, you would argue this, and having 7 wickets left in hand, you would argue this game is pretty much well and truly over at this point, unless a miracle happens for Fox Lodge. They've been well and truly convincingly beaten by the looks of it by Newbuildings here. Just a simple per band performance by Fox Lodge has caused this here. As that one had straight back to JC, who would have, if he had caught that, that would have been a great wicket to take for Fox Lodge. Would have just created a little bit more pressure. It just would have been good to see Fox Lodge having a 4th wicket under them in the bag. And JC's going to come in here now. It's another good ball, and he's had that one straight to square leg, and it's been put down as well. Back-to-back drop catches. And as far as safety say, Fox Lodge haven't been good in any department so far, really. Batting wise, when you score 111 in 35 overs and you get all out for it, you have to say that's absolutely dreadful batting. You have to say, with what is it, 3 dropped, it's either 2 or 3 dropped catches at this point, and overthrows coming. You have to say that it's very, very poor fielding, as JC Milligan does pick up a 2nd wicket eventually. Kane Wallace departing, Kane Wallace, I believe it is, having to depart. And that means Newbuildings are now 98 for 4 after 23.4 overs. Kane Wallace goes for 25 clean bowled by Jason Milligan, and that brings Peter Allen to the crease. JC with a 2nd wicket eventually. But yeah, with 2 drop catches, overthrows there, you have to say Fox Lodge having a poor fielding performance. 2 misfields as well from in this highlight package. Batting wise, like we've already talked about, bowling performance. Maybe take 4 wickets in an innings. You can't in 23.4 overs. That's not exactly a poor bowling performance. If Newbuildings had batted first, oh my God, there's another drop catch. Are you kidding me? 3 drop catches. This is unbelievable, boys. Absolutely despicable. As the scores are now tied at 111. But yeah. If Newbuildings batted first, you'd say this is a very positive performance in terms of bowling for Fox Lodge. So you can't really say the bowling's been horrific. The batting and the fielding has been of a lackluster standard, and that is just the end of the game there now. Peter Allen just moving that ball down leg side for 4 runs, and that means Newbuildings will finish on 115 for 4, beating Fox Lodge by a margin of 6 wickets after 29.5 overs. We're going to go now and show you the Fox Lodge bowling and scorecard, and then we'll finish up just with the final overview summary. So Fox Lodge's CC in their bowling innings. Alistair Doherty had bowled 5 overs, 1 maiden, 21 runs, 0 wickets at a 4.2 economy. I apologise for the text squeezing itself. As you see now, it's just going to move back out. Adam Walker bowled 5 overs, 1 maiden, 31 runs, 1 wicket at an economy of 6.2. Aaron Haywood 4 overs, 1 maiden, 14 runs, 0 wickets, 3.5 economy. Jason Milligan 6.4 overs, obviously didn't complete his final over as the 1 and 1 had off it. He bowled 1 maiden, 21 runs, 2 wickets, a 3.2 economy. The pick of the bowlers for Fox Lodge. Could he now 4 overs, 0 maidens, 10 runs, 1 wicket, and a 2.5 economy. A good economy indeed. Jamie McIntyre and Lee Finlay, we didn't actually see, but Jamie and Cupid both bowled 2 overs for 0 maidens, 6 runs, 0 wickets, and a free economy. And there you go, guys, the final summary in the Sammy Jeffrey round 1 here in Balmagorry. Fox Lodge batted first, and in 35 overs were dismissed for 111. Jason Milligan, the pick of the batsman, with 31. The pick of the Newbuildings bowlers, Trent McKeegan, 3 for 15 off his 9 overs. Newbuildings chased down the total. It ended up by 115 for 4 in 29.5 overs. Darnell McCallum with the pick of the batters for Newbuildings with 33. Jason Milligan, the pick of the bowlers for Fox Lodge, at 2 for 21 off his 6.4 overs. The final summary: Newbuildings Cricket Club beating Fox Lodge Cricket Club by 6 wickets, and the Sam Jeffrey round 1 here in Balmagorry. I will see you next week for more cricket highlights.
here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride to. If you